Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited to share this video with you. I have been wanting to do this video for a while now, but it is my 5 things as a nurse I think you should know about the carnivore lifestyle before you dive in. So let's get rolling. The first is exactly what is carnivore. So by definition, carnivore is if you eat a mostly animal-based diet. So if you're eating more than 50% animal-based products, meat, dairy, eggs, then you're already a carnivore. Don't let some guru or influencer make you feel like you're not because you're not eating only beef or sardines or ribeyes. It is just a mostly animal-based diet. For some people that includes honey and milk and things like that. Others it may not, but we'll get to that in a minute. Just remember that if you're eating more than 50% of an animal-based diet, it is considered carnivore. So a lot of Americans, in my opinion, would be considered carnivore because they eat more than 50% meat, and that's okay. But by textbook definition, that is what carnivore is. It's become a fad, so to speak, lately, that it is much more intricate and detailed and put in a box than that. But again, just a mostly animal-based diet. Number 2, carnivore is different for every single person. So my husband and I, even though we are both carnivore, our carnivore versions look very, very different. He is able to have some vegetable products. He's able to cheat every now and then. He is able to have things that are cooked in a tomato-based sauce. I cannot. So it looks different for everyone. There is a word that I have used previously called bio-individuality. That means that each of our bodies are created uniquely. You need to understand that what may work for one person may or may not work for you. So I kind of treat myself like a science experiment and try different things and see what works, see what doesn't work. And if it works, I note it down. If it doesn't work, I note that down too so that I can keep moving forward and just treat it as a journey and keep rolling with the punches, so to speak, and keep moving forward. Life is all about just kind of moving through things and learning through the process. But again, carnivore is different for everyone. So just because one person is saying that this is the only way to carnivore doesn't mean that that's the only way to carnivore. Find what works for you, and it may not even be carnivore, and that's okay too. Number 3 is a really big one. Research your research. So if you hear that the latest, greatest research is telling you that X, Y, or Z is causing cancer or doesn't work or blah, 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 right? Figure out who's doing the research, who's funding the research, because that's a big thing. You need to figure out the money trail to anything, because it'll tell you a lot about the intention of the research. I'm in school right now and I have to have peer-reviewed articles for projects and things like that. I still like knowing kind of the motive and intent behind the material that I'm looking at and the knowledge that I'm gaining. If 3 groups are in it kind of together and they're all kind of benefiting from it, I don't know that I want to trust that particular research project. Also, kind of in the same realm, just because we have been told something our whole lives doesn't necessarily make it true. So I have been told my whole life that we need to eat lower fat or move more or things like that. That doesn't necessarily make it true for you as an individual or me as an individual. We have to do our due diligence to make sure that the information from the 40s, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even 2010, 2020, now, all of it is accurate, reliable information. So please, please make sure you research the research. Follow the trail. Know who's connected to what project. Number 4, make sure that you are eating enough. I have talked about this numerous times. I was under eating. As a nurse, I was under eating. It is important that you eat enough. So when you figure out your resting metabolic rate, that number is what the minimum caloric intake is needed for survival if you are in a comatose, vegetative state for organ survival. And that is if your body is in a temperate room. So no movement, no everyday activity, you are basically sedated, and that is the minimum calories needed for that, just so your organs can survive. I think it's important that we do a little bit more than survive. I would like to thrive a little bit. So we need to be making sure that we're eating more than at least that. I find that for me, my resting metabolic rate is 1,800 calories. I need to eat about 2,200 calories to have the energy that I'm looking at, to continue my weight loss and not go into starvation mode, to keep my hormones in check. All of those processes are affected if I don't eat enough. My body will go into starvation mode, your body will go into starvation mode, and it's never good. Now, if you practice intermittent fasting, that is okay. Just remember to do that intermittently. It is not a continual thing. I need 2,200 calories per day. So I times that by 7, figure out how much I need for the week, and figure that out so that if I'm low on one day, but I'm good on the next, and it balances itself out over the week, then I'm still okay. It is about balance. It is not about perfectionism, and that is something that I have to teach myself, and that is something that I think you should work on as well, is showing yourself a little bit of grace, learning some balance, and making sure just that you're hitting your number over the course of a week, maybe not a day, because if you're fasting, it's going to be really hard to hit your caloric goal, but know that okay, I'm going to be fasting today, so I'm going to divide those calories over the next few days to make sure that I'm getting enough for the week.
Wasting this time that I borrowed, running too fast for the sun. and my eyes they still burn for tomorrow.
Number 5, try new things. So I've had a lot of people ask me in real life, how do you not get bored? I try new meats, I try new flavors, I try new methods of cooking. I will combine different methods of cooking. So if I've smoked one of my meats, I will bake another one, or try different seasoning profiles if I'm able to, or I will air fry one thing, smoke another, and different textures of meat are really important as well. It gives you variety, especially since I use meats as sides. So that's all kind of what you need to kind of look at, and build a plate kind of based on that. So just like you would decorate a room using colors and textures, build your plate kind of similarly. I don't want all the same color food, the same texture food covering my plate. Although I could probably eat a ribeye every single meal, I think I would eventually get bored of it, and my body needs more than that. I've been craving a lot of seafood lately, so I'm getting salmon and steak and chicken all on the same plate, and it's creating this really neat conglomeration of textures and flavors and nutrient profile density. Another thing with this thought process is try new types of meat. I have recently tried oxtail for the first time. I love it. It is one of my favorite meats. I've been on the hunt for it. I got it at a specialized grocery store about 2 hours from us, and I'm about to drive back because it's that good. So being willing to try new cuts of meat. We tried a different type of salmon. So I've always had just your sockeye salmon or wild caught salmon, just that you would get in the freezer section. We had some coho salmon and some king salmon sent to us, and we decided to try the king salmon the other day, and it was absolutely delicious. And it is different than just some of the other salmons that I've tried previously. So I'm excited to continue experimenting. I want to continue trying different cuts of meat, seeing what I can find, what I like, what I don't like, because I know there will be things that I don't like, and that's okay too. But I want to continue at least trying different things.
Don't listen to what everyone else says. Take your time. You're not their mess. Yeah, you might not be at your best, but it's fine. I don't mind telling truths when you need to hear them.
All right, and then as a bonus, Carnivore isn't just about food. As I stand in my kitchen, it's not just about food. I have been working on adjusting products that I put on my body as well. So your skin is your largest organ. That means that your body absorbs nutrients and chemicals and anything else that you put on your body, on your hair, on your nails. We need to be careful about what we're doing to our skin and using products that nurture that and don't harm it. I have begun using a shampoo bar that is beef tallow. I have started using lotions that are beef tallow, and I'm finding so much more success in the health of my skin, the health of my hair. I don't find it to be as dry as it was when using other shampoos. And with my hair falling out and things like that, now that it's growing back in from switching back onto Carnivore, I want to be able to keep my hair and have healthy hair. So think about the products that you're using, and remember that Carnivore isn't just food. It's also movement and products you're using. So I hope this was super, super helpful. And that is all I have for you today. If you have any questions about anything I said today, or helpful tips, anything like that, or just want to chat, leave a comment down below. I would love to talk to you. But that is all I've got, so I will see you in our next video. Until then, bye for now.